Building a time wealth business is not about getting rich. It's about creating a balance of time and money so you can get back to doing the things you love most, whether it be spending more time with your family, traveling, learning new skills, or whatever you want. So the real question is, how exactly do you go about creating a time wealth business? Well, that's what this channel is all about, and each episode will give you another piece of the puzzle. And as a thank you for tuning in, I've put together a special presentation entitled The 8 Steps to Build Your Time Wealth Business. You can get it for free at www.timewellthsecrets.com/8-steps-free. See you in there. Hi guys, Sam Fury here, and welcome back to another episode of Time Wealth Secrets. It's warming up again. It's only like 8 o'clock. I went up at like 5 o'clock and it was like 17 Celsius. Compared to the day before that, it was like 10 degrees. So that's good. I'm glad it warmed up. Yesterday, I hired my very first business coach, which is exciting. I think because when I read this book, The One Thing, it's like brought up a lot of stuff about how I should just concentrate on business. And so I know that the fastest way to do anything is to find someone that's done it before and mimic them, or even better, get them to teach you how to do it. So that's what I've gone and done. And yeah, so I'm excited for that to start. It's going to start, I think we've got our first call Friday, not well, it depends what, it's in a week from now. We'll have our introductory call, and then we'll see how that goes. Hopefully it'll be good. I'm hoping to level it up a little bit. So there you go. So that'll be cool. But today's topic, let's go over today's topic. 3 business classics every entrepreneur must read. Now these are old school books, old school business, not necessarily just business, but success / productivity kind of books. And they're really old school. I mean, not super, they're not like centuries old, but they're definitely in, like I read them when I first came across them when I was like a teenager. So they're at least 30 years old. Ooh, I'm not that old. They're at least 20 years old, but they probably actually are at least 30 years old. But they're still relevant today because, the content is still relevant. So let's just go over them. The first one is, and you've probably heard of most of these before, and I wouldn't be surprised if you had people listening to this podcast or to watching this in this community probably read them. But so reread them. I used to have like 5 books that's all I read, and I just read them. I didn't read them. I had them on audiobook, and I just listened to them over and over and over again. And these 3 were the top 3 in them. There was another 2. Can't quite remember what they were actually, but one of them was called something about Leonardo, like how to think like Leonardo da Vinci or something like that, because he was a genius, right? Anyway, let's concentrate on the 3. All right, the first one is The 7 Habits of Highly Successful People by Stephen Covey. This is a really good book. And one of the lessons, like there's got 7 lessons obviously, and then he goes deep into them, but really you could one of the ones that always sticks with me, and I think that's got me the furthest, especially with people, is the one about go for win-win situations, right? Go for win-win situations. So in everything you do, every dealing you have, even just like talking to your kids, or talking to your spouse, or buying something on the street or whatever, or making business deals, right? Or specifically making business deals, there's like a few ways that it can happen. One is like you can get the better of the other person, and then they feel bad about the transaction, and they probably won't want to do business with you again. 2, they get the better of you in your mind or whatever, and you feel bad, and you never want to do business with them again. And 3 is you both get a really bad deal for whatever reason, and then you don't want to do business again. And the 4th one is you both feel like you came out really good, like you're both happy with the deal, and you're making business connections, or like you both, even let's say it's your spouse and you're using it with your spouse, you're both happy with the deal, and yeah, and it's not a compromise, it's a win-win, right? It's like, even if you're not happy to do it, sometimes, like, from a spousal point of view, it'd be like, I'm happy to do it, even though I'm not happy to actually do it. Let's say they want you to go to a party and you don't want to go to it, right? But because you want a win-win, you know that if you go to it, then it's going to make your partner happy. So then everyone's happy, it's kind of thing, you know what I mean? So there are little caveats like that. But let's say in business, it's win-win. It's like everyone seems to be happy with the deal. And yeah, I just try to, every time I deal with people, I try to think in that perspective. Or every time I'm like trying to settle something in between, like if some people are like, oh, help us out, like we're having an argument or whatever, that's the kind of thing you got to go for. And then the thing is if you can't find that situation, that win-win situation, then you just don't do it, right? You just walk away from the deal, and that's it. And of course there's 6 others and they're all very good, but that one was my favorite. So go and have a read of that book, 7 Habits of Highly Effective People. You probably just get a summary of it as well and then contemplate on it yourself. All right, the next one's E-Myth by Michael E. Gerber. I think a lot of people, when they probably read the title E-Myth, they think it's going to have something to do with internet marketing, but it doesn't. Not that it can't be applied to internet marketing, but it's just not specifically for that. And actually, I haven't read this in a long time, so I could be wrong about this. But I think this is where I've got where I first came across creating workflows and that kind of aspect. It was like all about how to organize your business. And yeah, I've been into workflows for a long time. These days, I think a lot of people, especially in like, a lot of people call them not workflows. What do they call them? I forgot. I forgot what they call them, but they're workflows, right? They're just structures. They're like lesson plans. They're like systems, right? And you create these systems, and you always try to improve them. And I've spoken about workflows a lot in these episodes, so you can go back and have a look at those. Yeah, and the last one is like the very first, probably the original self-help book. And it's called Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill. And it's basically just a pathway, just a structure, just a workflow for success, right? Think and Grow Rich. Probably still today, one of the best self-help books out there. And it's like, and to be honest, I've read other self-help books, and they're all basically parts, or this book just reworded and stuff like that. But Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill, yeah, it's really good. So get onto that one as well. I'm still trying to think of what people call workflows. Frameworks. They call them frameworks. All right. So anyway, bottom line, if you have read these, awesome. Go read them again. Like, they're good to refresh your mind. And because you read them once, all you really have to do is scan the contents to get the general idea again. So revisit them. They're classics. They never go out of style, and they're perennial, meaning they're evergreen, right? Like the advice in those books isn't going to change. It's not like this is how you do Facebook ads, where every 2 weeks Facebook changes something, you gotta change it, right? These are core principle concepts that, like I said, I first started reading when I was like 15, and they still apply today, and I'm like 40 now. So yeah, they're at least they stand the test of time. I bet in 100 years it'll still be relevant. That's it for today, guys. Thanks for tuning in. Hope you go have a read of those books, and I'll speak to you again later. Bye. Thanks for tuning in to Time Wealth Secrets. I hope you found some value in this episode. If you did, please like and share it so more people can discover it and learn how to build their own time wealth business. And if you haven't already, don't forget to subscribe to the channel so you can be notified as soon as the latest episodes are released. Finally, remember to claim your free presentation entitled The 8 Steps to Build Your Time Wealth Business. You can get it for free at www.timewealthsecrets.com/8-steps-free. See you next time.